they use that table in the back, the cryovac machine. The scale comes in. We keep the scale out there because it's drier. Then it gets packaged, goes on the pallets, and then it goes out of here. This room over here, this little room in the back, is what we call, this is our grinding room. So what we do in this room is we make all of our hamburger and sausage in there. So we have a grinder in there. We have a, that's called the Zuber stuffer. In other words, you put it in there and we're able to make hamburger packages. You can set it so it makes it just for a pound. And then we have a cryovac machine in there. Because we do a lot of grind. You figure, I don't know, maybe 60% of an animal ends up in hamburger. Give or take. Depends on how they want the cuts. So you do a lot of grinding, a lot of work to that grinding. So, but this addition here was able to help us because we had that one cryovac machine and we were getting backed up all the time because we didn't have the second machine. So it works out really well. And then on that side of the room, in that room there, we have a storage room where we keep all of our labels and everything. So, because everybody gets their own label usually if they're doing a beef program, or pork, or lamb. So
if you were working on several carcasses at one time, you have 5 or 6 cutters, how do you keep everything straight?
Everything's tagged coming through, and we do one animal at a time. The whole animal will come, the whole animal will flow through here, and then it's all tagged. We put it in bus bins to go in there, so everybody gets their own number.
And you do your organic first thing in the morning?
Organic is first, because it has to be first.
Yeah.
You know. Well, we have many guys have a group. It's not just 1 or 2, it's usually 3 or 4 or 5. And then we package it, then we go into the regular beef. So, and then the same way with organic, we kill all the organic first. Okay?
No. We bring it to us.
So you can see here, this is our patty machine. Bring it out here to watch. We make patties. We make 4, 6, 7, and 8 ounce patties. We make a lot of patties. It's just an old machine I bought. But we could really use a big automated one.
You better not be looking at me.
And then this is, we have this is our chemicals we clean with, sanitize with. So everything gets cleaned and sanitized. This is our cooler. Everybody can look in here. You can peek in.
Oh, there's George. I know him.
But you can see in here, this is how the beef comes in here hanging. You can see there's some lambs there, but we keep everything segregated. Same way with if we do organic, it keeps set on its own rail. So, and then this is how everything gets boxed up. See, this is lambs we did for this company. And then everything has its own label on. We keep pretty good track of it. And then this is, you can see, it's more ice. You know, to do those chickens, I need a lot of ice. But you can see where we do the carcasses, how clean. Those are all split carcasses. Playing around with it. So it holds the animals pretty good. But a lot of people want it aged, and we could do that. So some of them won't even give me a cut sheet until like the 21st day. But sometimes they start to get a little, you lose a lot when you age it. You get the shrinkage, it gets a little fuzzy sometimes.
How big is your cooler?
Like 36 by 40 feet.
How many rails are up?
9.
How many carcasses does that hold?
Probably 100 and some. So.
Do you have a blast chiller?
Yeah, you'll see that before it comes in here. It goes in the blast chiller. So.
Do you find aging makes any difference?
Yes. It all depends what it is, where it's going, what it is. But I think aging enhances. I also feel grain enhances the flavor. But
Me too. That's the common view.
Right, but a lot of people love the grass-fed. I mean, for years, my wife fed me that grass-fed. You get used to it. But when you taste that first bite of grass-fed beef, you'll notice the difference. It's much more gamey. It's like everything in life. You get used to it. See, this is how most people take the stuff out frozen, but we freeze everything in here. It's all numbered and lot numbers on it and everything. It's 10 below in here. So it freezes pretty quick. But
I peek in there yet?
watch yourself, it's a little wet here. This is the inspector's office. You can see we made her a nice office.
That's why they like to be here.
Yeah, too nice.
Right. You should encourage them all to come this way.
Oh.
You got a pool on it.
Here they come.
Is that an abattoir in Australia once? They're killing like 8 sheep a night or something.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I hate killing sheep because it takes so long to pull the hides. You know?
Ready for my guys on Wednesday, right, Dan?
Yeah.
All cleaned up.
So how many you hold them outside or
Right
you
in
hold them
here.
inside?
Hold them all in here. So this will hold, 20, 30 animals. But what I try to do is schedule them to come in, so we stagger them in.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So that works out pretty good. Pretty big crowd here. I didn't realize we had so many people.
Did you phone the state of Maine and tell them to do the same thing?
So this here,
They're working, they're supportive.
this here is our loading dock. We unload here, and everything comes up here. And then, like the loading dock here, I had it scarified so that it's not so slippery. And, but it still gets slippery. So, so the animals come in here. It's pretty much quiet. We put this gate over here, so it's on a 45. It's like one of Temple's recommendations.